Okay. Hello. Welcome to episode 2. Wait, camera. Okay, there we go. Episode 2 of 5 Questions with Eric. With me this evening in this theater is tenor Rob Norman. And Rob, what are you singing?
Goro. I'm singing Goro and Madame Butterfly.
With
Salt Marsh Opera.
Fantastic. Yes, excellent. Sometimes you have to prompt them. That's okay. So, Rob, 5 questions. Exactly. So, question number 1. Now, you have told me that you are a character tenor. What is the difference and why is that important for us to know? And give us a little info on what a character tenor is.
I think some people think of, when they think of a character tenor, they think that it's somebody that doesn't have as good of a voice as the lyric tenor, but I think that's actually a misnomer. I think what a character tenor is somebody who's willing to play the supporting roles and strong acting ability to play a wide variety of characters.
Okay.
In general, I think that the lyric tenor usually gets to get the girl. It's more likely that the character tenor will be the girl in the show in a skirt role. So I'm either usually a villain or a sidekick or a villain sidekick. One of those kind of falls into that.
Very nice.
And in this show, I'm kind of the antagonist, kind of a sidekick.
Okay, excellent.
Right down my alley.
Right on, excellent. So the next question, I know you have told me that you call yourself sort of a nerd. I call myself a nerd as well. I think most opera singers are nerdy about one thing or another. If you could take any Marvel comic and turn it into an opera, what would it be? You didn't expect that question, did you?
No, I did not. Okay, probably Daredevil.
Ooh.
Because
he's blind, right?
He is blind.
Okay.
But more because his personal life really revolves around his depression and his constant losing of his loves. His villains they out his secret identity, and a lot of his girlfriends end up dying or crazy, and he kind of fights street crime. So it tends to be a little bit more grounded. Maybe, yes, he's blind and has superpowers, but it's still more based in reality than some of the others.
And he sounds like a really interesting multidimensional character.
Yes, he's multidimensional because he's sacrificing part of himself. He sacrifices most of himself to fight for real people, which is what makes him so endearing and easy to relate with.
Fantastic.
Good question, Eric.
Thank you. I try. Okay, I always ask this question. What is your dream role? And it could be in your Fach or outside of your Fach, whatever.
Does it have to be something I haven't sung, or can
No, if it's something you've sung, we just want to know.
Goro is my dream role.
Oh, look at that.
Goro's my favorite. He's just that some character tenor roles, I think, tend to you don't get to really sing, and it's a little bit more intermittent and kind of interjectory role where you kind of show up and then you say 3 lines and then you leave, and then you say 3 lines and then you leave. Goro, I get to feel like I'm really a part of the story.
Yes.
And
I have to interject that he's a fantastic actor and singer. Like, he sounds amazing. And I don't say that about a lot of singers. Y'all know I don't. He sounds amazing. So
thank you.
Yes.
Well, it's nice to have a role that I can really dig into and sing. And the character's I don't know, maybe I see a lot of myself in him, that he's super, in my opinion, he's super like persnickety about things, wants everything. Very type A, wants everything to be on time and everybody to be doing what he thinks they should be doing. And I just love the relationships he has with everybody, and that he's a little bit two-faced in that he's got, and that's not certainly not me at all. But he's got, as performers, we all kind of have a face for the public, and then he's got a face that he doesn't show to other people, and so Goro has a face that he shows to Pinkerton, who's his client, and then he kind of has a face that he shows to the other geishas, in my opinion.
Yes.
And so I really enjoy kind of playing that two sides of things.
And very well thought out character. He's a real flesh and blood character.
And I think he's multidimensional.
Okay. So now he's going to kill me that I'm about to say this, but you do not like scary movies. Is that correct?
That was question 4, right?
No. Question number 4. If we can organize it while we are here in Saltmarsh, in Stonington, to go to a haunted house, will you go?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. That's question 4.
Absolutely not. No. We're staying in a giant 3-story house with creepy oil paintings that scare me, and the eyes follow you when you go past them. And
it is. I don't think about it, but now I will tonight.
You guys got me to go see Crimson Peak. That was about as far as I will go. I'm not going to a haunted house.
Okay.
Love you.
But it ain't happening. Okay, last question. What is your... most singers deal with reflux, allergies, allergic to rain, mold, dust, somebody staring them in the eye, whatever. What is...
Somebody staring at them.
I'm telling you, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Don't look them in the eye. But do you have any weird rituals that you do before you sing? I know I do, but...
Not really.
Okay.
I'm actually... Probably my weirdest thing is that I don't really warm up. I'm kind of...
You can't see how big my eyes are right now. I'm like, that kills me.
As long as I'm singing every day, it kind of... And maybe it's just the repertoire that it's not quite as strenuous as a lyric tenor has to be. So as long as I'm singing every day, I wake up and it's still warm from the previous day. So as long as I'm doing a show, it's fine. When I have several months off, it's like, oh God, I broke it. It's never coming back.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
But I do have hay fever and I do have allergies, and I did a show in a theater that had mold in the walls, and that was a big problem because I got allergic and could barely sing the performances. So we all, that was like steroid injection. So but nothing really weird.
Okay, wait, I'm trying. There we go.
I'm
slowly like getting you out of the shot. I don't know what's wrong with me.
He's slowly going center stage. Is what's happening.
It is. It's the performer. All right, that was it. So now you get to ask me 5 questions.
And we're gonna pretend that you don't see that I'm opening the notes on my phone.
All right.
So I'll start with a non-musical. Don't look.
Okay.
It's what is your favorite movie?
Wow. Okay, I have 5 favorite movies, and when you hear them,
you've thought about it.
I have, and when you hear them, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I understand, Eric." The Color Purple.
Okay.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Clue.
Okay.
Imitation of Life, which is an older film.
I don't think I've seen that.
And I don't know why this one, I'm so obsessed with this movie, but I really, really could watch 9 to 5 any time of the day, anytime it's on. I know, judge away.
I no judgment.
But it's one of my it's such a fun movie, and so
okay.
Go ahead and profile that. Anybody that's okay, here we go. There we go.
Look, we're both on screen.
I know.
Slowly working the character tenor off the screen. I see how it is.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2. What is your favorite opera role to sing?
My favorite role to sing to date.
Or your dream role.
Well, the dream role, and I mentioned this in the last time, Rigoletto, because just musically, dramatically, emotionally, it's such a rich, intense, beautifully drawn character. Of the roles that I've sung to date, Figaro and Barbiere, because there's something about Rossini, it makes me happy. That character, it's hard music if you're not singing florid lyric stuff all the time. If you're singing Puccini, which luckily, I'm moving into that rep, but you go back and do a largo and you're like, woo, you gotta work hard.
Where'd that go? Yeah,
you gotta, it's a whole other thing, but it's great because it keeps the voice fresh and moving and spinning, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, he gets to just create so much havoc and have a good time.
Character seems like a lot of fun, and it seems like almost like a good vocalist to come back to periodically.
Absolutely. To keep everything in line. The bel canto stuff is perfect, especially moving into Puccini, because Puccini is line, and sometimes it's very easy to forget the fundamentals because you're singing on the motion.
Right.
But yeah, so Figaro.
Okay.
All right, good question.
All right, now a serious question.
Uh-oh.
All right, so just kind of in the light of the Mets' decision not to choose to do blackface for Otello,
Ooh.
and with the cancellation of the production of Mikado due to...
Yes.
Just how do you feel as a person of color, as a minority? How do you feel about those decisions and the way that kind of maybe the industry is going with that?
It's a great question. Regarding Otello, or regarding any opera, it's
and especially since we're doing Butterfly, which has characters. I'm playing an Asian character, and
yes, and
we have all 3 of the main Japanese principals are all Caucasian, so we're all
Right.
going to have to do some form of, not yellow face
Right.
per se, but we're going to have to.
Well, and I think it's first of all important to distinguish that yellowface or blackface were done as a way of ridiculing and mocking a culture. So that is very different than darkening an artist's skin in order to portray a character that is written to be a certain skin color or ethnicity. So having said that, the Mikado is more difficult because it's poking fun at at Asian culture as
Right.
well as British culture, but you have to have an audience that understands that.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to have a stage director and an opera house that understands that the story is worth telling because it is very funny. But in the 21st century, we have to figure out how to tell this story in a way that conveys the culture, the characters.
As opposed to just playing the surface kind
Yes.
of slapstick jokes against
Absolutely.
Pity Sing and all the,
Absolutely.
Titty Poo, and as opposed to playing the surface of that, actually, that's one that even though you could just go entertainment, you want to dig a little bit deeper.
Absolutely.
I feel like, not to answer your own question.
No, but it's very true. And a lot of people don't know that I started off my singing career working with a company called Columbus Light Opera. Okay, well, this will be the last question until we get back. And I did a lot of GNS. And in the Mikado, there was actually a reference to the N-word in the dialogue. And seeing that as a 20-year-old singer, I was like, what? But these pieces were written when singers of color were not in the picture. So, okay, we're going to stop for now because we have to go back to rehearsal, but we'll come back and have part 2 of 5 questions with Eric, with Rob. Okay, bye.
Bye.